I watched one of my favorite movies of all time. This is required watching this week. You got to watch Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine in The Apartment. It was made in 1959, written by Billy Wilder and somebody else who I can't remember.
You know, you watch that movie, The Apartment, with Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon's like a junior executive in this big fucking corporate building. And one night he loans his apartment to one of the higher ups so he can bang his fucking chick on the side. This is a 1960-61 movie, right? And then all the executives start using his fucking apartment. He's like this guy who doesn't know how to say no, and it's Jack Lemmon. It's great. But when you really look at the movie and the subject matter, when I was saying, I was going, I didn't know people did stuff like this.
Came out in 1960, and the subject matter of it is just so far ahead of time. And it's also just to see like how people behave that way back then. Like, wow, I just thought that was more like after the summer of love, everybody walked around with their dick out and shit. But you got to watch this fucking movie, The Apartment. All right? Jack Lemmon, amazing. And that guy was a huge inspiration.
Give me a fucking office or don't give me an office. I'll just sit at a desk like fucking Jack Lemmon at the beginning of The Apartment. You ever see that movie? It's a great fucking movie. But if you watch it, they're all just sitting in this whole line of desks and they're shooting the shit. Everybody's flirting with each other. They fuck after work. They drink, and they all do it in Jack Lemmon's apartment. You know, evidently that was too much fun. There was a way we could somehow fucking have them sitting near one another, yet not being able to see one another. Maybe then we could be a little more efficient, yeah?
They don't want you looking at other people. You know, I think I've talked about this before. Did you guys ever see that movie, The Apartment, starring Jack Lemmon? If you see the beginning of that movie, that's what the cubicle area used to look like. You still had a sea of people. You know, slugging away, looking like a bunch of goddamn salmon swimming upstream with fucking typewriters in front of them. But they didn't have walls around them like they were on punishment, you know? You could look at the person next to you, shoot the shit. But then somewhere along the line, they're like, oh, they're fucking talking. We can't have them looking at themselves. They're literally treating you like children. It's just, I don't know, it's just fucking, it just blows my mind. You know what I mean? I'd rather sell drugs.
You could literally have your secretary that you were probably banging screen your calls. Speaking of that, secretary you're probably banging, you guys ever see that Jack Lemmon movie, The Apartment? Incredible movie that still holds up. It's like 60 years old, 62 years old now at this point. And when you watch that movie, you realize like nothing has changed as far as like human behavior and just shit to people. Because I watched that back then, I'm like I thought like all fucking around and being an idiot and doing drugs and just, you know, doing all that dumb shit that you see adults doing nowadays. Or, I mean, not my whole life, basically. I thought that started at like Woodstock. Like the way they like frame shit with like movies and stuff. And the way that they retell history, there's like so much shit that just is not like accurate. Like they say the sexual revolution happened in the 1960s. And then you're like, you read to what the fuck they were doing during the Roman Empire. That like, you know, some of the shit they were doing back then, you would have to only be on the dark web. What is my point?